Been a project manager now for a year and a half, working remotely in Western Queensland on GLNG projects. I've always been involved in construction. My family has been a business growing up, building houses, and I would definitely see Australia being on a par with the UK, maybe even a step above. Consider when you work in the GLNG projects, a lot more impact. The focus is made onto it. You expect when contractor tenders for a job, they fully realise what's been asked of them from an environmental and contractual point of view. Contractors have to make an allowance for that, have to tender for that, and thereafter have to fulfil that contractual obligation. There's a lot of value on the environmental side of things, probably not as much as safety. The budget be next down the line because you have to make money as a business or else it just won't survive. And I'll place environmental below that on a par with quality. Again, massively well up the ladder, very high. A busy project, probably between planning, you probably spend a couple of hours a week on the planning side of things, liaising with the environmental officer in the office. There's a certain element of reactive management when you have environmental incidents that you have to spend time to make sure that they get closed out, and the measures that have to be put in place from an investigation to ensure that it doesn't happen again. So you probably all up, you probably have 2 to 3 hours a week proactive all the time, because if you can reduce the risk of anything happening, everybody's a winner. But the key thing is to actually deal with them, learn from them, ensure it doesn't happen again. And by doing that, it is a valuable tool, because as you go along you're training staff in real life circumstances, and their level of training is getting higher and higher. It's the training, it always evolves. The staff have to be made aware of what the latest regulations are, what to do in the event of an environmental incident, environmental emergency, what the procedures, policies are within the company, what the client expects of us. So that training is being proactive, getting the site team up to a level that they can comfortably deal with whatever's put in front of them. And as I say, it's ongoing, it's always evolving, and it's just keeping on top of it. You've got the site team, most important. You've also got your office tendering team, who is the more information that gets provided to them, their training increases. They can more accurately tender for these projects and allow for what the client expects. So having your site staff from the very beginning, understanding what is expected of that project environmentally, so drill that aspect in so that they accept it and they're willing to run with it. So that's the first stage of training. The second stage is your environmental management plan, having the staff read it, understand it, and live it, basically, and ensure that they pass that message on to subcontractors, being acceptant of the information that's provided to them by professional environmental consultants or staff. At the end of the day, in a greenfield project, you have to carry out bulk earthworks so you have to remove all the vegetation. That's probably the biggest environmental aspect. You're taking a natural piece of land and stripping it bare, and then you've got a series of environmental risks that have to be managed as far as reasonably practical. So they'd be the construction, the biggest impacts that would happen during the construction. So the goal for everybody is to have a zero footprint, have no footprint whatsoever to the environmental aspects. We carry out the construction of a project and reinstating it as good as it can get environmentally. It can be done, but it has to happen from the start. There has to be a plan in place, and that plan has to be carried out and completed. People are taking it a lot more seriously now. People are a lot more caring of the environment than what they would have been, say, 10 years ago. That public pressure is now placed on companies, clients and the like, may, during the course of a project, do things that would cost more money from a point of showing this is what we're capable of compliance and as a market tool almost, that we've done this year to increase the training of our company, increase the status and reputation of our company, and market that to potential clients to gain more work. So that's maybe an option that you would do where you're spending more than you originally planned. Probably the biggest peeve is getting people to work together. For instance, subcontractors, staff, after an audit, to make sure that they're both heading in the same direction. They know that certain things have to be carried out in order to maintain compliance, and that staff should be, from both sides, environmental staff should be able to provide a solution to a problem that's as easy to achieve and as cheap as to achieve as possible.